Afternoon. I was just out on Facebook and I realized I made a mistake on a date yesterday, so I had to change it from 1777 to 1778, and I will explain momentarily what that was all about. Maybe I'll read, maybe I won't, but anyway. I posted yesterday an excerpt from page 12 of Elijah Fisher's journal. I don't have very good lighting here, do I? Anyway, and it's a very short little journal. He wrote it, let's see, where are my notes? He wrote it between May 5th, 1775 and February 23, 1785. So it covers almost 10 years in little daily notes, not every day, every few days, sometimes a few days in a row. But anyway, let me tell you about Elijah Fisher. He is Thelma's great-great-great-great-grandfather, one of her great-great-great-great-grandfathers. He was born in Massachusetts in 1758. He joined the Massachusetts militia or regiment, whatever, when he was 17 to fight the Revolutionary War under General George Washington. And from March 30, 1778 to January 7, 1780, he actually served as one of General George Washington's bodyguards. They called them the Lifeguard Corps. I don't know how many there were, maybe a couple dozen, maybe more. He actually wasn't someone else. There were 3 men from each regiment. I don't know how many regiments there were, but 3 men from each regiment were sent to General George Washington to serve as his Lifeguard Corps. And one of the guys that went from Elijah's Corps regiment didn't like the service after a few days and wanted to go back. So Elijah got chosen to go in his place. And that's how he was assigned to General George Washington, whom they called His Excellency in his journal here. And what I'm doing, what I wanted to bring out here today is this week, this Thursday, this coming Thursday, May 7th, is the National Day of Prayer. Well, National Day of Prayer apparently got started back in 1778 because in Elijah Fisher's journal on page 12 for the date, which was a Sunday, May 6th, it says, where does it say? There was a fast ordered by Congress, and there was a sermon preached by Mr. Armstrong at headquarters. So headquarters is where General George Washington was. And it moved around from place to place. He had several different headquarters. He had headquartered in the winter in one place and in better weather other places. And it's a very interesting journal. You can find it, just Google Elijah Fisher's journal. Google whatever you use for a search engine. DuckDuckGo is what I use. And you will find an archive website, and you can download this PDF. I just printed it right from the PDF. 2 sides, takes 15 pages, or 20 pages, something like that. Anyway, it's very interesting. Elijah Fisher was born in Massachusetts. He settled in what is now Livermore, Maine. He's buried in Livermore. We found his grave a few years ago. It's on the Boothby farm. The Boothby family has a cattle business there. They sell a lot of beef. They have a big garden store. I forget the route number. It's a state route. But there's a side road that goes off past it, one of the family farms, and there's a graveyard right there. There's a lot of graveyards on that road, but there's one right there in the yard, right there on the within side of the road. And Elijah Fisher is buried in there along with a lot of other people. It's a family graveyard. And it's kind of a forgotten grave. Thelma and I, when we found it, and one of my sisters and her husband was with us at the time, and we cleaned it up as best we could with what tools we had. We didn't go prepared to do any pruning, but I had my Leatherman, which does a lot of work, and maybe a whisk broom or something, and cleaned his grave off as best we could. Took some pictures of Thelma with it, Thelma and I with it. I don't remember. I haven't looked at the pictures lately. But anyway, have a great day, folks.